voters where it's not necessarily as effective as this president would hope.
Okay, well, to be fair, I did, I went to school and I did do my studying, and I know enough about Lenin and Marx and to know that communism has not turned out well. But democratic socialism is something that has gained steam because so many people associate it with Denmark. They associate it with the Nordic countries, maybe even France, where you have a pension, you have health care, et cetera. They don't associate it with breadlines and empty supermarkets of Soviet era Russia and the USSR. Is the president risking, Governor, misunderstanding what the electorate believes?
Well, I think what they're worried about is it's all about the economy at the end of the day. As I've said, I don't know how many times, when prices are up, when people don't feel good about their future, when there's a question about affordability of housing and things like that, none of which is going to be addressed here at this point, then, they start trying to figure out what they can throw out there that can perhaps stick. And I don't think this is going to work at all. Now, one thing I would say is I think the Democratic Party has to be willing to stand up and say, look, we are not extreme on the left. We are really center left is who we are. And, the question is, can the party stand up and make a statement that those who are on the far left, they can be in our party, we respect them, blah, 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 but that's not really who we are. Because this might not even be a message, to be honest with you, Katie, for the midterms. This could be a message for the next White House run for the Democratic Party. So I think they have to be careful that they don't allow that label to be applied to them. But at the same time, when it comes to the midterms, I don't think this is a very effective message.
Yeah, let me read you what Matt K. Lewis wrote in Notice. As with so many of Trump's attacks, the commie charge begins with a germ of plausible point, only to run right past it. Yes, Democratic Socialists of America advocate left-wing progressive policies that are outside the mainstream. But dismissing them all as communists collapses vital distinctions, deprives us of a real conversation, and may, in the long run, weaken conservatives' ability to defend economic and political freedom. I mean, that is essentially what you were just saying, Governor, right?
Yeah, I just think that the Democrats have to be careful that they don't get pushed way out there, because when you think about flyover America, I hate that term, actually, here in Ohio.
Because you're technically in it.
Yeah, because I'm in it, you're right. But it's, it's about the culture, and they don't want to be labeled way out here because that's not where most Americans are. The other issue for Republicans, Katie, we have to pay attention to is Republican turnout. If you take Ohio, take the Senate race in Ohio, is Trump going to come in at the last 3 or 4 days in southern Ohio, try to get his people motivated? Are his people going to get motivated because he's running around saying the Democrats are communists? I mean, that's way out there. I don't think that works. And they got to find a better message. But the House is still going to the Democrats. The Senate, I still think, is probably slightly leaning Republican.